Doing another episode of What's Your Take? Really excited about it. We got two really good topics today. Hopefully you guys stick around so that you can come up and, give your take on these topics that we have. One of them I really like. One of them I really like because I spoke on an interview that I did with this platform called Big Mouth, and they asked me this question, and my stance on it, a lot of people disagree with, which I get it. It's not for the faint of heart, but that's why we are making this platform so that everyone could give their opinion on these topics, because everyone, truth be told, has different perspectives and different point of views that they're coming from. Everyone doesn't come from my point of view. Everyone is not going to understand exactly why I say the things that I say that I would put up with or what I would be willing to go through in relationships. So, I think it's important to hear from you guys, see what you all, would like to put up with or don't put up with, for that matter. What's your red flags? What's your green flags? How do you guys go about dating? Because this modern day dating culture is insane, quite honestly. Needs to be fixed. Absolutely terrible, in my opinion. But that's just because I don't think the market is exactly set straight. I think that you have a lot of people demanding things in this market that they don't even demand of themselves, but you got the nerve to try to ask somebody else. That's absolutely crazy to me. It's absolutely crazy to me. And I never will understand it. I would never understand it. I would never personally ask anybody of anything that I can't maintain myself, right? And I would never have high expectation for somebody that I myself cannot keep up with. I just feel like that's realistic. I don't think people are being realistic when it comes to dating anymore. I think people have set expectations for themselves, for other people, their partner, I should say. They set expectations for their partner that, are just unrealistic. You don't even care about yourself this much, yet you want me to care more about you than you care about yourself. How is that going to work? You don't love and respect yourself as much as you're asking me to do. But people don't want to hear that. People don't want to hear that. Because everybody wants a fairy tale story. Everybody. It used to be, I used to think it was just like women that wanted a Prince Charming. No. It's men and women expecting to just have everything be perfect. And that's not what dating is, or that's not what relationships are. And I think a large part of that is the blurred lines in dating and relationships. Because now you have situationships, all right? Situationships are a thing. So you never really know if you're dating or if you're, I should say, exclusive with someone until it's, you have that conversation. until you have that conversation, everything is really just up for assumption. You know what I mean? Until you have that conversation, that person has the right to go out and do what they want to do. You know what I mean? And their excuse for it would be, well, we didn't say that we were being exclusive. You never asked to be my boyfriend or a girlfriend, whatever the case may be. And it's weird. I hate situationships. I hate situationships. I think that maybe as I got older, it was something that I just can't really understand, because why am I devoting so much of my time into a situation that's not really going to turn into something serious? I don't believe in that. Like, we're sitting up here, we're wasting each other's time at that point. But that's me as I'm getting older. Now, when I was younger, I love situationships. I mean, the idea of not committing to anyone was like, that's my ideal situation, right? I obviously want to have multiple women.
Hey,
Hey,
sorry, my bad.
no, you are
Yes.
good. I'm just warming them up. What you got going on?
I just came from a calisthenics class, and I had to get ready. Yeah,
I feel you. I
you
feel
know
you. Well, you
the
look
workout
definitely
classes
camera
in.
ready.
Thank you. I feel like
Nope.
I rushed. But hey, everyone. Hey,
I
Jackson.
couldn't
Hey,
even
Debbie.
tell. We are ready. I can tell you that. Go ahead now, Krista.
Oh my gosh. So, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I feel like, well, it's good that I can hear you. You can hear me.
Yep, we're
I,
starting
I, I
off on
think
a
you
good
got that
start.
working.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm gonna just test the button real quick.
Okay.
Could you hear that?
Yeah, I hear it a little bit. Mm-hmm.
All right. We is
Yeah,
in
we doing something.
motion.
Mm-hmm. Just a little 1, 2, 1, 2. It's okay. Let's go. Let's do this. Hey,
So,
Hakeem.
for today's episode of What's Your Take, we got two really, really good topics. I love these ones, Crystal.
Okay, let's talk about it. Let's
This
see what we're talking
first
about.
one is cheating a non negotiable. I'm going to let you
No,
start.
I'm gonna let you start.
Oh, you
I
going
want
to
to
give
hear
me
what
the
you gotta say.
floor?
Yeah, because I already know it's gonna be something, so I'm just going.
Well, I've
Mm-hmm.
talked about this, right? I got asked this question in an interview, and they asked
Mm-hmm.
me, would you stay with a woman if she cheats? And I said, well, absolutely, because I have.
Okay.
I just think that I'm not gonna say it's not that serious, because obviously it is. But like, I just think you should expect someone to cheat. Like, it's billions of people in this world, right? We have years to go. Wherever age I meet you, right? We have to spend X amount of time together. You're asking me to have like you be the only person that I be with for that amount of time? That's preposterous. How is that really an expectation?
Um, I feel like yeah, it should be a non-negotiable because at the end of the day, you're loyal to what you're afraid of missing, losing. So if you can't stay loyal to someone that you love, do you really love them? Do you really love them?
Of course. I love God, but hey, sometimes I don't do exactly what he says. I don't follow every commandment. I'm not perfect. Okay, so I don't go into any relationship trying to be perfect. And it's essentially asking me to be perfect to
That's
say
not
that
fair.
I can't cheat. And that's not to say that it may just be sex, or I don't know if I can say that over here, but
Thanks.
relations like that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes cheating is just a little bit of flirting, texting, a little FaceTime with somebody, see if you got it. But to not expect me to do that ever in a relationship, are we really being realistic?
So okay, so it's just like you have a job
Okay.
and there is a good paying job.
Right.
And you know if you steal a little money off the top, you might lose everything.
Okay.
Are you
I
gonna
may
steal that
not
money?
I may not steal the money, Crystal, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be on Indeed to see if I can find a better job. Okay, I'm gonna search around the market and I'm gonna see what I can get. Maybe that's a little bit better, and maybe the grass won't be greener. Okay, but I can't say I won't be searching my options.
So no, so that means no one's ever content in this world. And that's the problem. That's the problem with life right now. So many people thinking they can find better options and it's always something better out there that they miss their blessing. They miss what's meant for them.
I feel like,
Being greedy.
actually, I feel like the opposite. I feel like you're not for me if you can't handle the ultimate test, which is me cheating on you. I'm
Interesting.
gonna say it like this.
So how many times a girl can cheat on you and you'll take her back?
It depends on the circumstance. If we're
No, you say you'll take her
talking,
back because she's human, right?
if we're talking, you're cheating with the same person. Obviously, there's something involved with that person, right? But if it's like a, oh, it just happened type of thing, it's like
She
a,
can sleep
oh, okay.
around. She can mess with multiple people.
Not necessarily. I mean, it's just like, again, it's circumstance. If you're messing around with multiple people in a short span, obviously there's an underlying issue. If we've been together for 10 years and you slept with two other guys, two other times, 300, I don't even know how many days it is. It's 365 days in a year.
So
I
how
don't know
many
how
times
many.
do you feel like you can cheat in a relationship?
Oh, there got to be a limit. But
Yeah.
there
Because at that
got to
point,
be a limit.
if it's that serious and you don't think you can be faithful, open relationship. They have a name for it. What's the point of being in a relationship if you know you're not willing to commit and you cannot commit to that person?
I'm committed to this person. I'm coming home to them every day, most days. I'm giving, what the problem is? That, what you said is a double-edged sword. Because just how I am never content, the other person is never content. Because how can I be the person that's giving you all these different things, but I just can't go out and do a little something? You know what I mean? Why do I have to be the perfect person in order to stay with someone and be considered a good man?
Yeah, I feel like if that's the case, then you should just be in an open relationship. They have names for this, so don't. And I feel like guys like to say, yeah, it's fine until they're in a situation. Because if that's the case, y'all can have a conversation in the beginning. Say, hey, I'm not really into just being with one person. I don't see me committed to one person for the rest of my life. Look at Neo.
I mean, but
But I
sometimes it
don't even
don't
know if
work
his
out
girls
like
can do
that.
their own thing, but I'm saying it's a thing that you can, it's a name for it. Just be in an open relationship and don't drag a person along knowing that you're not going to fully commit from the jump.
It's not that I'm going into it thinking that. It's just I have to be realistic. And I feel like people should be more realistic with things. And here's my problem with it. I only feel like, because you said Neo. So I feel like you should expect certain people to be a cheater. If someone has a certain status and certain things that they have available to them, I'm going to keep it clean. How could you not expect this person to cheat?
But you know what? We live in a society where everybody thinks they're a certain status. Just like
True.
like y'all feel like all girls feel like they're wifey material, or all girls feel like they should do this.
True.
Everyone feels like that. And to be honest with you, you are who you think you are. That's to be real. If you have that confidence and you can go and present that, somebody's going to fall for it. Somebody's going to believe you are who you say you are, because you really are who you say you are.
If you have the proof to back it up. Because I think the problem is
You don't need proof in this society.
I'm sorry?
You don't need the proof in this society.
You don't need the proof in the society on the internet. But in person, I do think you have to back it up.
Not really, especially with men, because y'all easy. Y'all just be going.
See that part. See, in your instance with men, yes, we don't really require much, and I feel like that's a problem too. But with women, it's like there are so many requirements. I feel like a lot of women are really only focused on a small portion of men. So if you know you're only focused on that small portion of men, and the majority of women want that small portion of men, how do you think those odds are going to work for you?
I'm gonna be real with you. That's just the narrative the internet sells. That's not the truth, because if that's the truth, the dudes with no job shouldn't always have a girl on their arm or driving somebody's car. If that's the
Yeah.
truth, then a lot of guys will be single and lonely. A lot of people will be lonely and single in this world. If that's the truth, then a lot of people on 600-pound life shouldn't have nobody by their side, but they
That's
always
true.
do. The internet will sell a narrative, and a lot of people will run with it just because it makes them feel better where they at. A lot of women is not really just going for that little percent, because we know it's only a little percent. A lot of women is just taking what they can. Women settle too, just like men feel like they settle. A lot of women settle too, but it's just not talked about as much.
So you feel like people aren't as lonely as they make it seem out here?
No, people are lonely, but it's in a sense of, how can I say it? You know, I run an international panel, and they talk about this lady. She always come up and she talk about how in America the way it's made and how things are ran, loneliness is easy to be promoted. They, like, when you're in Africa and different places, they all have villages. They always have someone surround them. They all work together. So it's kind of like we're raised, because we can't trust how our society is. They promote negativity. Is a lot. My bad. It's a lot of craziness that's going on in the world, so it's trying to protect against. Can you hear me?
I can, but did someone get added?
No, you got music playing in the background.
No, that's not me.
That's not me either.
Do we ask somebody? Oh, thank you. Thank you.
That's that gas.
Yeah, somebody's in here.
There's no way. Hold up. I'm gonna exit and bring you back, because I think did you ask someone by accident? Let me see.
Bro, I'm a plug, gang. Like, come on, bro.
Who is this person?
Did you ask someone?
No, worry about
No, I don't see anybody.
I ain't finna tell my plug.
It's me?
You just
Yeah, I
talking,
don't
though,
have
bro.
anybody on my
Mama,
end.
boy, you just talking.
Hold up.
All right, she be back in a second, guys. I want us to get back into this one because this is a good one.
No, it's somebody in here, but I cannot see him.
Nigga, I'm from Houston, nigga. Where you from?
The next month.
I'm ready to end the
You
whole
not coming to
thing.
Houston. Shut up.
On your dead homies, I'm coming.
Hold on, I'm ready to hit
Nah,
it.
not on my dead homies. Your dead homies.
On the dead homies, he said. On the dead homies. Lord, not on the dead homies. Oh, man. Is cheating a non-negotiable? That is the topic that we are on right now. It's the first topic to start this show today, guys. Thank you, my love. I appreciate you. Let me invite her. She already got it. Okay, she good. Is cheating a non-negotiable in a relationship?
TikTok.
Oh, hello?
TikTok. I still
Yeah.
don't know what happened. But my TikTok live has been like moving weird lately. I'm like, how can I not know I'm in somebody's live? And it's not like I was in someone's match. Like they're literally doing a match, and they can't
He
see
was
us.
going in on the dead homies.
He was going in. I don't even know who it was. I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? Can they see me? Because I can't see them.
Yeah, I couldn't see them at all.
Yeah.
But that guy's okay.
Jesus. I put my whole phone on Do Not Disturb because I got a call and then that happened. So I'm trying to
Thank you.
stressed out. But where were we at this point? I feel like my chat was just building up too.
It was. I mean, I see we're definitely on two different sides of this. I can see where you're coming from, and I feel like for most people, they do believe that the person that they're with should be their only person that they should be with, so long as they're in a relationship. I just think realistically, it's just not possible. We got Tori Tracks that wants to join up here.
Okay.
I'm going to bring her up. Let's see. Now, Tori, work with me, child, because
Just hit her name and mirror. Add the two people. Hit the two people.
Here we go. Tori, you ready?
I was on a roll. That messed my whole. Hi, Tori. Yeah, she's
I think
up there.
I did it. Did I do it?
Mm-hmm. You did it.
All right. Hey, Tori.
Hi, Tori.
Hey.
So, what's your take
Hello.
on this? Is cheating a non-negotiable? Can you hear me, Tori?
Do you feel like cheating is a non-negotiable, Tori?
Okay. You know what, child? When you get it together, we gonna be here. Okay? I promise you, we be right here. Hey, Amaka, how are you? We talking about. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't even know.
Is cheating a non-negotiable? Does anyone want to come up, give their opinion to if cheating is a non-negotiable or not? You have anyone who you're in feels like they want to come up, have an opinion?
Do anybody want to come up and tell us your opinion on if cheating is a non-negotiable? I feel like my chat was just building up until I had to restart it.
We got time. We still got another good one, actually, that you brought up. I love this one as well. We're just going to move right into it.
Okay.
Rejection doesn't mean no. And what you meant by that is men don't try to pursue hard enough. I will let you take the lead on this one.
Okay, what I meant by that, no means no.
Okay.
Yes, no means no. So if a girl's like, no, not really interested, not really feeling you, that's no. But a lot of guys take other little things as no. So if a girl's not texting back fast enough, or if a girl is not showing interest in the way that you want her to show interest, you'll automatically take that as a no. And I don't feel like men are pursuing as hard as they used to. Like back in the day, I feel like men knew what they want, they go for it, and you would know that they were interested. You telling me, oh, I think you're beautiful, and then if you don't get the reply that you want, oh, she's not feeling me. On to the next one. That's how I feel like a lot of guys is moving in life. But you saying something simple as I think you're beautiful, you know how many men are saying the same lines these days. We got to come a little bit more organic, a little bit more like, how can I move with intentions? Move with like more like you're pursuing someone instead of just like, I don't want her to get too big headed. A lot of guys is like that. Or you get a girl number, you're gonna wait a couple of days for messaging her. What is that about? That Just like y'all lose interest, we lose interest too. So if you can have hold on to my number and not use it, I don't think you want me enough, and that's a turn off.
So it's up to the guy to set the standard, in your opinion.
Because so many guys are playing out here and wasting time. So if you show me that your attentions, you have pure attentions, and you moving with how can I say it? The way you moving is showing that you're very interested and you're serious about your time. I'm gonna take your time serious. If you're playing, you just hitting me with a what you doing here and there, but I'm not giving you the reply you want. What I'm supposed to say to that? What I'm gonna say to what you doing? What I'm gonna say to the same conversation? I didn't think you liked me like that. I'm friends on you. We cool at this point.
So you don't feel like it's up to the woman to kind of hint at the man, like, hey, I do want you. Hey,
You
I'm
have my
interested
number.
in you.
If you have
I'm
my
sorry?
number, that's automatically a hint.
Not necessarily, because just like you said, a man may take a minute to text back. A woman could take a minute to text back. Thank you for the gift. A woman could take a minute to text back. A woman could, kind of put you in that friend zone early, essentially to try to make you wait and to date her while she's pursuing these other men more seriously than you. I feel like what we're trying to do is give women more of an upper hand.
Not true.
By
I feel like a lot of men is okay with being on a team.
a team?
I'm saying y'all okay with it. Y'all okay with being on the roster. Y'all okay with being a part of the list instead of just trying to take over the list. Stand out.
Why do I have to compete though?
Even if it's not a list, y'all have in your mind it's
Okay.
a list already. So y'all acting y'all acting already in the moment. Y'all acting as if it's a list already. You don't know what this girl like. I go home. I don't have guys. But if you automatically meet me, like I see her, I look at her, she probably have a roster. You gonna move like it's a roster instead of moving like you're interested in me and standing out. You're competing, even if you don't even have to compete. So you're doing you're not doing enough. A lot of guys are not doing enough. They're just hoping just because you have my number or just because you give someone a compliment, automatically in. No, it don't work like that. You got to put some work in it. You got to work for what you want.
On
It's
both
lazy.
sides, right?
Yeah, once you show that the effort will give back.
See, this is where I have the problem at, because I feel like, again, we're putting so much of the value into the woman, which is not to say that women don't have their value. I just think if we're going to be equals, then this should be a fair play type of situation. If you're trying to play me all cool and you ain't really too much on my body, I'm not ready to pursue you hard. Why would I do that?
You're
That's
acting like
assuming.
baddies. You're acting like baddies.
Hear me out though. That's assuming I already don't have options. You're assuming that you're the best option that I'm pursuing simply because I want your number. No, I just like to have options.
All right, then why
Now,
take you
that
serious?
doesn't
So it's not rejecting. A lot of girls already know guys have options.
Okay.
So why would we sit right here just because a guy gets our number? Guys play with time all the time because, like you said, you acting like you're my main option or I don't have options. Like I said, you're acting like the baddies. Because a guy that really wants you and really about it, he's going to put in that time. So if you're not putting in that time and you're not putting in that effort and you ain't showing me that you're locked in and you want me, then I know for sure it's other options and you ain't serious. And I need somebody that's like that about me. Because a
That's
dude that really
serious.
like you is going to be a little bit obsessed.
But you're not gonna be obsessed until you see them being obsessed.
Yeah, because it's more likely, okay, as a girl, if I show a little obsession and I show that I'm on you, it's more looked down upon with girls doing that than a guy pursuing, because that's what a guy is meant to do. Why would I pursue somebody that's not showing me that he's ready to pursue me and he's on me like that?
And somebody just said something to agree with you. They said the man gotta like the girl more.
Exactly. Or it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. You have to really feel as if like, dang, I lucked up getting this girl. I don't know how I got her, because that's when it's going to work. Because if you think I'm just somebody that you got and it's like, she cool. you gonna always feel like you gonna find better. And sometimes y'all get the girl that y'all want
I mean,
and really like, and still fumble because you feel like I got her. Let me see what else I can get. You start getting greedy.
I feel like there's just not a lot of value there. For me personally, I won't speak on the majority of men. I'm just gonna say for me personally,
Hey, Hakeem.
the value is just not there for me to be doing all of that. No one's ever gonna really come into my life and 10x my life into something special. So essentially, you're a plug and play. I feel like in that case, you should be doing the best to make sure that I'm satisfied.
Oh, you're a bad bitch.
If I am part of a class where more women are attracted to someone like me than other people, I'm going to use that to my advantage.
It's a lot of
and
bad-
there's nothing wrong with that.
We need to find a name for the bad man, the baddies man. We
Call
need
it
to
what
find
you
a name
want.
for them. We have to find a name. It's not bad bees, but
How can
y'all
a woman
really
do it just simply off her looks, but I can't do it and I have the total package?
Yeah, a lot of guys feel like they have the total package when they don't.
And that's
That's the
fine for the
problem.
people that don't, but for someone that it does, it's unfair for me to not have
And it's
the
a lot of
standards
girls
that I
that
have.
really is the total package, but y'all would never see like that because a lot of guys starting to think they're really the prize. I'm not saying guys
I
should not
agree.
think they're the prize, but at the end of the day, when is men are going to start pursuing women again? When are men are going to start being men? And then wonder why a lot of women is stepping up and being independent and want to take on that role and say, you know what? Watch out. Watch out.
So-
Oh, you got the money? I got money too. Oh, you want to? Oh, I'm not looking just for you to take me trips. I can take myself to Dubai. I can
Somebody-
take. I'm. A lot of
Because you're
girls are
saying
hurt.
things, and somebody said, wait, define the total package. So I would like to explain that for a second. What do you feel like it takes as a man to be considered, I say, a high value man? How about that? What is a high value man?
Well, a high value man to me is not just about his finances, because a lot of men have money but don't know how to save it. They don't know what to do with it, and they don't know how to lead with it.
Okay.
A lot of men use that money as a weapon. If you're not a good person, if you're not a God-fearing man, and everything else, you are nothing.
If I'm not perfect, basically.
It's not perfect, because those things, those qualities that I named was nothing about money or anything. I said, if you're not a God-fearing man, if you're not a good person all around, because what is money when it's in the wrong hands? What is money if when it's in the wrong hand? You make 100, you make 6 figures, which a lot of women is already making out here. You make 6 figures, and then you
That's
think you could talk down on the girl.
Women, money comes to you in waves. People throw you money. See, men, we have this problem that we have to overcome the problem to get the money in the first place. So you're neglecting the fact that we've beat the odds, and not everyone is making 6 figures. These people be lying on here. That's still a certain small percentage. So I'm already statistically in a small percentage of men to where I'm at just financially, right? And then we're gonna add on all the other things about me. I'm gonna just say me personally. I can't talk about other men. Taking care of my kids, providing a much better life to whatever woman is on my arm. If I'm doing all these things, I'm a high value man. Why in the world would my standards be down here for someone? I'm supposed to be pursuing somebody, this and the third. Why would I do that when there is literally hundreds of thousands of women that are willing to give their life to be with me? Why would I?
Because
Why
women
would
do
I
it all the
that?
time. I'm tired of that. A man want cookies for things that women do on a daily basis. You raising your kids, you providing for your kids. Women do that for years. Why are you thinking so many single mothers? They don't.
And
That's in them.
That's
in them.
another thing, because
No.
y'all sit up here, y'all get credit for just being a mom. We don't get credit for
We
just
don't get
being
credit
a dad.
enough.
We
don't get
gotta
credit
be
enough.
phenomenal dads.
Women don't get credit enough, and that's
Women
me
don't
speaking
get
not as a
credit
mom.
enough for
That's
being
no,
a
for real.
mother.
That's me not speaking as a mom. that I'm not a mom, but I can
Women
see
don't
other
get.
mothers, and I can see this world and know that women do not get credit enough for being a mother
You
because they
can't
feel
even
like that's something you're
call a woman
supposed
a
to do.
bad mom. That's taboo. You can't even say that.
But people still get called bad moms on a daily basis.
Rarely. Rarely.
Rarely,
It's
you're not on that
taboo.
side. You don't see it's so hard. Let me tell you this right now. I do this for a living. I work with kids. I work with first time parents. The pressure that first time parents and parents in general, especially moms, have on just being a mom, they can look at somebody's life and just automatically like, oh, you didn't do this. You're a bad mom. You don't do this. You don't supposed to have your kids do this. You don't have to kids supposed to do this. It's so many rules on how to be a mom when all kids are different.
But
And they get shamed on it.
you have
It's
a
so,
system there to help you. You have a village and a system to help you figure it out. There is no
not
village
everybody have
or
a
no
village and
system
not
to
everybody
help a
have a
man out.
system. And that's why I was speaking earlier when I said in Africa and different places, somebody from Africa was literally saying she feel like a US is so lonely because they don't have the same structure as certain countries have. Certain countries it's a village surround them, it's certain people surround them. They never feel lonely, but in the US it's so easy to feel lonely because
It's
you
so
can't trust
easy to
everybody
feel
around your kids.
lonely
You
when
can't
you
trust
have
everybody around your kids. You can't trust
everybody,
everybody.
the whole
It's deeper
family,
than that.
the whole family more than likely is gonna support the woman. That's more than likely. That's not
Not
always the
everybody has
case.
that family support. I'm sorry to tell you. And that's being real.
You
Not
know how
every
many
woman
women
has
I've
that
met
family
with
support.
kids that have their parents watching their kids or their sisters or their uncles or they.
You know what, Miss Mama, can you come up and like, as a woman that's a mom, and explain to him how you feel?
Hey, I'm sorry. I was in the comments listening, and I don't mean no disrespect to you, Jordan, but you are a man. And unless you have children that you are raising on your own, you should not be speaking on what people don't tell women, because I live in a town by myself. My mother lives 2 hours away from me. I have no friends, no family. I work 12 hours a day, and I have 2 children that I have to support and take care of. And I do it all by myself. And there has been times where I don't do something that somebody else thinks I should do. And yes, I have been called a bad mom. Do I think I'm a bad mom? No. I feel like I'm doing the best I can with the resources and the things that I have to help me take care and support my children. Not everybody is the same. I'm not going to say that you're not wrong, because yes, there are people who have villages and who have systems and who have parents and have friends that can help them. But there are people who don't have these in place and don't have the help that other people have, and they have to do these things all by themselves. And it's those parents who are struggling doing it all by themselves who are getting named and getting picked on and getting bullied and being told that they're not doing something right. So instead of you pointing a finger and blaming somebody for what they're not doing right, how about you come help them and teach them what needs to be done so things can be done right?
Okay, you mind if I rebuttal?
No, go ahead, baby.
And I'm not downplaying your situation at all. Like I said, I didn't say that this was something that every woman was dealing with. I know that there's some real deal single mothers out there that are only relying on themselves for their family. However, the term single mother is used very loosely, because a woman will claim to be a single mother and she has a stepdad in their life. A woman will claim to be a single mother and she got her family raising her kids. A woman would claim to be a single mother and not even have custody of her kids. I've seen it. And it's not that I'm not trying to say that there aren't mothers out there that's getting ridiculed, even though they are good mothers. That's not what I'm saying at all. My point is, it's so taboo to call out mothers on their shit versus fathers. I feel like there's a lot of active fathers. There's still a running joke that black men aren't, they're still the most absent in their kids' lives, when actually that was a false. We're the most present among any race of fathers in our life. It's just we're not with the woman. So technically, we're the highest rated single dads that there are among races. But see, men, we don't get to talk and complain about this stuff, and we still got to take the ridicule of being labeled bad dads. We still have to have a system placed against us. You know how hard it is for me as a person that loves my daughter, loves my daughter, has everything that was working against me to get 100% custody of my daughter. But the fact that a woman who didn't want to be a mother could still push out a child, they would still give her more right than me, just out of that simple fact. There's a lot of laws in place that just protects you guys, and it makes it really hard for us men to be great dads versus how easy it is to be an average mom.
Of course.
That is just my point.
In Virginia, it's not just the dads. I mean, that's getting that law is placed in to protect. It's also like if a mom want to take full custody from the dad, she has to fight in court for it too.
Yes,
She
and the
can't just
mom
take- she
also
can't just
has
take away
to
from the dad.
prove. And I live in North Carolina. In North Carolina, when you give birth to a child, your rights are the father has just as much say so and has just as much rights as the mother does. Like, for example, my kids are now, for the summer, they're with their father. If their father decides that he does not want to give them back to me, there is nothing that I could do. I can go to court and I could try to fight it, but the police is not going to make him give them back to me because his name is on the birth certificate and he has just as much rights and just as much opportunity to take care of them as I do. As long as he could prove that he has a job, he has a good income, he's got a stable roof over their head, and he can get them food and get them back and forth to school. There's no reason why they would tell me that he can't have those kids. So it's what we talking about is very deep, and it goes both ways, and it's a 50-50 because I know men who will step up to the plate and they'll fight for their kids and do whatever they got to do to see their kids. And I know other men, once they leave the mother, they don't think twice about their kids. They don't call, they don't come around. When the mother calls them, they telling the mother to kiss their ass, go ask that next nigga to do this, that, and the third. Like I've seen both sides. Me, unfortunately, I was with my children's father for 15 years. While we was together, he was a great dad. We've been separated for 2 years. I have to argue with him and I have to fight with him every time my kids want to spend time with him and see him because he wants to do other things. So, you know what I'm saying? It goes both ways. What you saying, Jordan, is correct. What you saying, Crystal, is correct. It's just, it's a 50-50. You feel what I'm saying?
And I'm not saying that all moms are good moms.
Exactly. I know a lot of bad moms. Don't get it
women
twisted.
that abandon their kids. They're
I know a
deadbeats
lot
too.
of bad moms.
Like,
I mean,
know.
I didn't have my first child until I was 26. And I live in the South where women are popping babies out at 13, 14, 15 years old. So when I graduated high school, I want to say half my clique were either... You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have my first child until I was 26. So I watched my friends have these babies and drop these kids off with any and everybody while they was out here partying and getting drunk and doing what they wanted to do with the next man, Like they kids wasn't even an afterthought. So I know bad moms. You feel what I'm saying? Because I used to be that one, like, damn, I want kids so bad. And I'm watching these bitches out here just treat their kids like it's nothing. You feel what I'm saying? But I just like I know bad dads and I know great dads. Like I have my brother. My brother got a shitty ass baby mother, and and I'm the one who helped him fight for custody to get his son. You feel what I'm saying? So now my brother has full custody of his child, and now she has to pay child support. So it's, you know what I'm saying? It goes both ways.
Yeah. It's levels to it. It's levels
Exactly.
to it. But
it just depends on the type of person you are.
I'm not saying that, and it's all stem from you adding that making you a high value man. Yes, you're a good father. I do think that's you being a high value man. But you cannot say, well, I'm top tier. When a woman, she could be a single mom, do everything for her kids, make a lot of money, do a lot of things, but they will look at that kid, her having a kid is making her less than her value because she has a kid already. So you can't really automatically say, well, I'm a high value man because I take care of my kids, I'll take care of this, I feel like that's just, if you have a kid, you gotta take care of them. That's just part of life. That don't add to your value. It show good character. I think that's a good thing to say. Like, yeah, that shows that you have good value, but that don't make you high value. Because a woman with a kid don't make her high value. A lot of people look at it as not high value. So
Respectfully, I agree that it's not the only thing that will make you high value.
okay.
What I feel like makes me high value is I've changed every one of my women's lives completely. That's what made me high value. But going into what you said, backtracking a little bit, because I didn't make the rules to this society of how we deem or how we value men and how we value women. I just play by the rules. So, because women have used their beauty and as a leverage point into making them high value, you do have to force the consequences of children decreasing your value. That's just the reality of the situation. Just like I have to deal with, although you may not find it a important thing, but money is important when we're talking about being a high value person. It has to play some type of a role. Again, I didn't make that rule. That's just the rules of society. We just have to follow them. Or you don't have to. You could be a renegade, but I don't think it'll get you far.
I mean, like, honestly, me personally, because I don't have any kids, I look at a man that has kids, especially 1, 2, 3. I look at him as not as high. That's not gonna be somebody on my top list. I don't care if he's rich. I look at it like, to be honest with you, if you're not taking care of your kids, I'm that woman that's gonna be like, that's a turn off. You're not even in your kid's life. You're not productive. And if you in your kid's life the way you should be, you're not gonna have enough time for me. And I should be with someone that don't have any kids because I don't have any kids.
Respectfully.
And I know I can find someone out here with no kids that's gonna probably give me more than you can, because you more likely have to not only provide for your own household, your kids, depending on how many kids you have multiple baby mama. That's two other households that you got to put in money into.
Yeah.
It's levels to this, and a lot of guys don't think about that because they're like, "Oh, I have money, then I'm just high value." If you have money, say if one of your baby mama decide to put you on child support, that's less money coming in. You're not gonna be worried about me. You have to, like, and I respect it because you have your kid. That's your responsibility. And if you are a single father, which commendable, I love that. But in the same sense, do you have baby mama issues? Would I have to come in and play a stepmom role and deal with baby mama issues? If you're a single father, now I have to come in and I don't have a kid, but automatically come into this role and be a child's mother, a stepmother, and I would take that really serious. So it's different levels. So a guy being a father, depending on who the person is, that don't equate to high value, no matter how much money you got. Because I'm thinking, like, that money don't mean guaranteed to me. That's your money.
To a certain extent, but I mean, I do agree. I mean, I do see where you're coming from. I think that it's honorable to be that way, and I wish a lot more people had, had those not so shallow values that they see in dating. But again, I don't make the rules to the game. This is just what it is, and I think that a lot of women don't. Not to throw shade at you, because not saying this is you, but I don't think anyone wants to seem shallow until a situation presents itself. Until a situation shows you, hey, I'm dealing with this man that got this baby mama drama, and, he has all these kids, but yet my life is different. It's completely different if a man ain't shit. And that's your own experience. If you're dealing with a man that ain't shit, it ain't gonna matter if he has money or not. But if a man is something, those problems that come with them, if the rewards outweigh the problem, I'm thinking 99% of women is gonna go with that person, because women are very logical. They like to make you think that they're emotional. No. They're very logical in how they would have planned out their life. And a woman ain't gonna be with somebody that's not a benefit to their life. She'll sit up there and tell you it ain't about what you making.
But then in the same sense, you have women that would deal with a man with no job. would deal with a man and take care
And
of
that
him.
may have happened along the line of all right, I spent a year with this man, or I spent however X
No,
long with this person, and this happened, and
because
I
they see
dealt with
potential.
that.
A lot of
I'm
women
sorry.
date seeing potential instead of reality.
Exactly.
So that's
Exactly.
not
So
thinking out of logic. That's thinking
there
out
was
of
some,
emotions.
but there was something there to reel this woman in. She has some assumption that that man was going to add some value to her life. It may have not worked out that way, but to get her, you had to make her believe that you were going to be valuable to her life, because otherwise she's not going to look, she's going to be a waste of time.
A lot of people work out of loneliness. And because people work out of
Men,
loneliness, they do things.
men.
Women.
See, women, y'all have this advantage that essentially a thing is a thing, right? And I'm not saying everybody's good at what they do, but you have more options at getting that thing. So now you have the advantage of saying, because I can get this, I need something a little extra on it. Men, we have the disadvantage because your thing has all of the power. I have to put in so much work to get it.
Yeah, that's true to a certain extent. Because if a girl likes you, I'm telling you, okay, you're thinking in a sense of social media.
In
I'm
person.
thinking, I'm thinking in a sense of reality because I've seen it so many times.
Okay.
People are not as disciplined as you think. A lot of girls, if a girl tell you like, I only mess with this and that's this, it's training you to make sure you know that you're going to spend something. But if she likes you to a certain extent, you ain't doing as much as the dude that she don't like. Like somebody said the other day, if you ask a girl, two guys ask a girl on a date, the guy that she ain't really checking for, but let me give him a chance, even because he's not my type, she's gonna probably ask you to take her on a more expensive date. A guy that she's actually really interested in, they can go to the park on a walk at a picnic. He ain't spending much. She just interested in the time that they're spending. So that's when you start to realize, okay, if every single girl, or if a girl is the girls that you're dealing with, it's all saying this, I need this, need this. They're just looking at you as an easy come up. They're just looking at you as an easy mark. And that's just to be real with you. Cause you see all them girls that saying, "Oh, I want a trick, I want a trick, I want a trick," and they could deal with somebody that you be looking like, ugh, but she just like how that man make her feel, and he ain't doing much, but the others are. Same thing with a guy. The girl that he likes the most, what he's taking care of her more, he's doing more things, he's putting more work in. But if he feel like he don't have to put the effort in, he don't have to do much, he ain't gonna do much. So people only allow what you allow them to do to you.
Yeah. Yeah. I see where you're coming from. I think even in a normal setting, I think a lot of women still choose to date up. And that's not saying that
A lot
every
of
woman
dudes
is
choose
out
to
here
date down.
dating a celebrity. That's not what I'm saying at all.
No, a lot of dudes choose to
But
date down. That's the truth.
you know what I mean? Like when I see even normal people, two people with normal jobs, right? This woman is making X amount of money. A man could be making less than her per se, but he's still the man of the house. He's still providing something essential to this woman's life. And so that's why I think that women just use logic in those situations. Like, I'm not saying that
But
there's
how
not
is
women
she?
out here that
If we're
in
talking about
situ-
money, then how is she dating up if she makes more money?
women make more money in general.
Yeah. So if
But
she's making more money, how is she dating up? If he's, I'm trying to figure out how is she dating up if she's the one making the most money.
because usually it's I'm gonna sound sexist. Women usually make more money, but what I've studied is that a lot of women aren't usually good with their money. That's not to say that men are necessarily better with money, but I just noticed that a lot of women aren't very structured with their money. Men typically are.
I don't know about that. It's only a few men that are structured with their money. A lot of women are good with their money. That's why a lot of women tend to move out quicker. A lot of women tend to have, you know how, don't you think it's strange that women can be out on her own by 19 to 25 and men say, well, they just give women more opportunities. That's not the case.
Yes,
Women
it
just
is.
think more ahead. Women
Yes,
just move
they definitely
different.
have more opportunity.
That's not true. That's
You
not
can
true.
get paid just off your looks because men are just gonna give you money.
Are you serious?
You can.
That's
a
not
woman
all
can
women.
go out into the world with no money in her pocket and
That's not
expect
all
to
women.
get something to eat, something to drink, something
not all
for her. Programs, as I just explained with the children, programs.
But she don't have children.
I was just using the children as an example, but programs help women out more than they help men.
I've been
I'm
on my
gonna
own
say
since
it like that.
19.
I'm sorry.
I've been on my own since 19. No children.
I'm not. I'm just saying
But
there's
I'm telling
more.
you. But it was the thought process. I'm gonna be real with you. When I moved out, it was me and I had a boyfriend at the time. He was living through comfort. He rather lived in the projects if he could. He's like, I want to go back to the project. I want to go to Fairfield. I'm like, why would you go to Fairfield if we can do boom, 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 have a house and don't have to deal with chaos? But he was so busy staying in comfort because he didn't think he can achieve that. He didn't thought it was achievable. I had to put him in a position to show him like this is nothing. This is always achievable. Men just think less to the point of thinking, oh, things are not good for me, or like that same mindset that you're saying right now. They just give it to women better. We just go for it. That's the difference.
Well,
We
you
see
have
it.
the opportunity to do that.
We all have the opportunity. We all have the same 24 hours.
No, we do not.
How many
No,
hours
we
do you
do.
have?
And if this world was equal, we would all be
And
making
to be
the same.
honest with you, you want to
play.
talk about, and that's the thing that I really don't like talking about because men, especially our community, they tend to look like everything's so hard for us. People, it's hard for our
It's
color
not.
men, different
It's
things.
not.
But but listen to me. They don't think about the same thing y'all went through, we went through, and not only was that going through happening, women was put down even more. So think about being a black
Women
woman
were
in
put
this
down
society.
even more. When was this?
When was this? Women had to fight for their rights? Did women have to fight for their rights? Did women have to fight for their rights? Did they have to fight for equality? Not only did you have to fight for equality as a black person, but you had to fight for equality as a woman. So imagine being a black woman in this society. You get a little too loud right now. I'm speaking with passion, but somebody else might think I'm speaking with aggression. So you got to change your tone. You had to
so
change
let me
your
get this
hair. You had to
straight.
change so many things. So it's
So
like
let me get
it's
this
deeper.
straight. You were a kept woman at first. You fought for rights, quote unquote. Still was really a kept woman until they incarcerated us to give you our jobs, which was the opportunity. And then y'all basically have this whole
So
black
you look-
women hating black men movement.
I don't hate
That we
black
don't even
men.
wanna
I don't
start
hate
on
black
that.
men. I don't hate black men. I love all people. I love my people. I love black men. I only
Yep.
date black men. The thing about the difference between us, we know nobody's like, even though we had the princess idea put into our brain, even as a kid, a lot of black women knew sooner or later nobody's was coming to save us.
The world saved you.
No one's coming to save us.
The world saved you. The world did save you.
Do you know how many
Yes.
times that you see incidents where people turn an eye to a black woman being mistreated? What are you talking about? We don't even feel comfortable to cry in public. Are you serious?
Yes, you do.
No.
I'm not even ready to say it.
No.
Because we
No, let's
give
talk about
women so you had a literal whole feminism movement, which
And that was-
quite honestly ruined everything.
The feminist movement?
Probably the problem. But we gave you guys platforms and a voice. Hold on, this thing is giving me this puzzle thing. We black women are is like the epitome of black excellence right now. And I clap it up
And
for
we
you guys.
worked really hard
I'm not
for it.
saying that you
Why
didn't
you
put
acting
in
like
work.
men? So it
I'm
wasn't a
saying
point
that
where
was.
men would work
I'm
the
gonna
same
finish
job
this
as women.
point.
Women could have a degree in the same field, do the same, probably be in a higher level of
We
education
can.
than them, and make less than men. We not
What
acting like that wasn't a
statistically
thing.
happened? What statistically happened is that the government literally gave you a handout so that way they could take us out as the leader of the home. That statistically, historically happened.
I'm
So
not saying that's
that
not part of
gave
it, but
you
let's.
that it was a system to designed to put you over us. And if we deny that, we keep denying the fact that things aren't fair. That already gave you a leg up, and we're dealing with it right now, still in 2026. But we're, as men, trying to overcome it without stepping on women's toes. But you can't do it because it's the same thing as white people with slavery. It's like you can't talk about it because they're just like, oh, get over it. Be good. We had to deal with our own stuff too. No, you didn't. You got your reparations. You got your handout. You got your
Who got
programs.
reparations? Do you think black women got reparations? Are you really telling yourself that black women got reparations?
I do.
That's insane.
I
That's
do.
insane. And that's just like you said, we acknowledging it. The thing is, one thing about black women, we love black men. We acknowledge that it's not fair for y'all. We acknowledge we'll fight to the tooth and nail to say y'all not gonna keep doing our black brothers like this, and we'll be there for y'all. But some misconnect. I don't know what it is. Y'all tend to forget that we was right there with y'all in chains, working on them fields too.
Yeah, but you
And
left
that
us.
that acknowledgement right there
You left
is what
us.
is really kind of sick. And
You
then, like I
left us,
said,
though. Y'all left us. There was
We
that
left us.
whole movement.
did
Y'all
we leave
left
y'all?
us.
Did we leave y'all?
You
'Cause
left
I see
us.
a black woman staying by a black man's side more than I see. Please, let's not go there. Did we leave y'all? Cause we still
Yes.
fighting. We still here.
As
I don't think
soon as
ever
we
left
couldn't,
y'all.
as soon as we couldn't provide anymore, that's why we're in this movement now of the tricking era.
Are you
Because
saying-
women had their mindset that men were no longer good fathers.
We barely
men
date
were no
outside
longer
our
good
race.
providers. I'm sorry?
We barely date outside our race. Are you insane? I think you're just saying things to make y'all feel better. I acknowledge certain things where, like, okay, I can see where you coming from. But the thing is, y'all would never, I'm not saying y'all, some men do, but in this sense right here where you talking, I don't think you could ever see where the black woman is coming from. It doesn't make sense. The fact that you said we got our reparations when nobody got reparations, and the only reason black people didn't get reparations, the only reason black people didn't get reparations is because they didn't have one person to pin it over, one person to make the bad guy, one person to be the hit. That's the only reason. Because then they would have to point at every single body, and if you point at every single body, and that person look like you start to feel like the villain, and nobody want to feel like the villain. So for you to sit right there and say that black women got their reparations when we can't even be our true self, we couldn't be feminine. We can't. We're in society, and we always
now
have to
you can't be
mask who we
feminine.
are.
Now you have to be bad. Now you got.
We always have to mask our emotions. We always only person. You know what? No, it's honestly insane. And the sad part about it, like I said, right now, when I'm speaking, I'm not speaking against you. I'm not saying black men are the problem. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying why it's so hard for people in general to see someone else struggle because they so focused on their own. Why is it so hard for someone to see, like, dang, I see what you're going through? Because black women, we see what the black man is going through, but why it's so hard for them to acknowledge us, what we went through?
You know
as
why?
Black women.
You know
why?
why?
Y'all make it seem like we was kept princess? But the only person that was a little bit kept princesses is the white women. They still fought for that. They still fought too.
Can I tell you why? Me as a black man, and I know a lot of black men had this same concept, where we had to be Superman, and I had a save a whole complex where I tried to save every black woman that I could, and you know what that led me? Y'all are saved. Y'all are good. Y'all are in good hands. The problem is when we save you, you don't come back for us. The problem is when y'all have the power and y'all are very, very power driven. And that's another problem because that power shit don't work with y'all. But when y'all have the power, y'all say fuck us.
No, we had to find the power because nobody was going to come to save us. A lot of
Me
women are not getting.
personally,
Why you
I'm
think
just
it's so
telling you
many?
my own experience. I've tried. I've tried to save black women in my family. I've tried to save black women that I have relationships with. They're saved. The problem is I don't have anyone coming to save me. I don't have no man, no woman that's gonna come into my life and completely change my life. That is gonna show me experiences I've never experienced before. That's gonna want to house me. That's gonna want to take care of me, and with no obligation to me ever bettering myself. That
But
will never happen
your
in a
story.
million years.
That's
But
your
we will.
story. But it is men out here that actually have that.
But what
But we
men will
don't talk
do
about it. We don't
with
talk about it.
what the majority of men will do will have a complex that they need to save their family or they need to save the girlfriend that they're with. They need to save these people and try to give them a better lives. We're worried about that. That's in our logic. See, women is worried about saving themselves. And that's where it'd be like, all right, if a woman gonna save herself, why the fuck should I not save myself? Why would I do that?
Why do you feel like women are out here focused on saving their self? Because we knew nobody was coming to save us. We learned that at an early age. It's some women out here that's dealing with their own mama competing against them.
I disagree.
That's not my story, but that
There's
is
a-
somebody's story. So, and it's more likely for women to get thrown out the house before men. It's levels to this.
Come on.
It's levels to this.
Come on.
This
Are
is
you
the real
serious?
reality in somebody's life.
Are we being? It's
I'm
more
so
like.
serious. I'm so serious. I'm so serious. And that's the thing. And this is the thing. That's not my experience. That's not my story. But I'm knowledgeable to know and witness. I'm knowledgeable to know to recognize other people's stories and other things that people are going through. Like I said, I didn't have to compete with my mom. I didn't have that, but I did move out early. But that's still not my story. But it is women out here that really dealt with that. It really is. But the thing is, just because you have a story, you can't be biased to everything else that's going on in this world. You say you try to save your mom, your auntie, and different other people, but in the same sense, you don't know what your mom or your auntie went through before you came in to try to save them.
I do. They had help.
Not to a certain extent. You don't know like everything.
I know everything. They had help.
Well, that's on them. That's your mom. That's your family. But it's other people that don't have that. That's what I'm telling you.
That's the advantage. Women have an advantage. Whether you admit it or whether women like to admit it or not.
Brief.
Yes.
Yes.
Quoi, il passe quoi?
Yes.
Quoi? Y'a quoi?
Yeah.
Y'a quoi? Y'a un problème?
Well, yeah.
Elle tourne la tête, mon gars.
What?
Y'a
No.
quoi que tu me souris?
No.
Y'a quoi?
Yeah.
Ah, vous voulez que je fasse
Huh?
une blague à vous deux, là?
Da.
Vas-y, ferme-la, là.
Okay. That's a brief commercial. Go ahead. Ease the plan.
No, you good. But there's just an advantage here. If we were equals, life
If we
would
were
be different.
equals, then people would have been getting paid the same off the rip. You being a man would not have made you get paid. It's so many women that was higher, like had higher experience, more degrees, and the man, because he was a man, was getting paid more than her. But that's not something to talk about.
It's a lot of women that can sit at home and collect a paycheck just because they're a woman.
Well, this is the thing.
And that's something we don't talk about.
That's because who they dealt with chose that. But that's not the
just
reality for
as
a lot
simple
of
as
women.
work from home jobs. Work from home jobs are more likely to hire a woman than a man. Did you know that?
At the end of the day,
Just
like
something
I said,
simple like that.
it's men that work from home too.
I'm not saying
It's
that
men
there
that work
isn't.
from home too. So
I'm
you
not
can't just say
saying that there isn't. But when you look at what's the majority, it's women. Because women they're allowed to have quote unquote easier jobs for being just a woman. Now, is that every woman? No, I'm not saying that there aren't women that don't have hard jobs. But if we're talking about who's more likely gonna get an easier job, a woman. A woman can get hired simply for being attractive. Simply for being attractive.
Men have pretty privilege too.
I'm not saying that we don't, but the majority. Me, as an attractive man, I've been able to experience privilege, right? But I have men around me, and I'm not gonna talk about their looks. But when I talk about the things that I've had privilege, a lot of them don't share the same experiences. Versus women, I hear women talk. A lot of women can go out. Oh yeah, some man paid for my drink. Oh yeah, I got this job because this man thought I was. Oh yeah, I was messing with it.
But this is
They have opportunity.
I realize you're talking on a surface level when I'm talking on a deeper level. You're looking at the surface things where I'm talking on a deeper level. I'm talking about real life things that women go through. I'm not, and you could bring up like, yeah, most men were incarcerated and taking out their kids. Like some men ain't even been incarcerated.
But majority
one in
of
their
black men have.
I'm saying, but it's some men that not incarcerated and it's out their kid's life.
But majority of black men,
Like what Momo said,
have.
she didn't say her husband, the guy that she was with, was incarcerated. She said we weren't together, so he didn't feel like he could show up like he should.
Right.
Some men think sending child support $300 a month is enough, and that's them doing their job when it comes to their kid. But $300 is nothing for a
You
child.
know how many of those men never wanted to be dads in the first place, but they had no choice because a woman sat up there and said, "You gonna do this, or I'm gonna put you on child support." And women have the advantage in just it being my body, my choice. So because me, as a man, if I'm young, if I make a mistake, that's my fuck up. I can't fix it. But a woman, she can, I can do whatever I want. It's my body, my choice.
It's not like it's going to be a walk in the park for her. It's not that.
But you have the option. We're ignoring the advantage. You have the advantage.
It's the option, but at the end of the day, because if a woman decides to keep it, she knows she's going to have to be with that baby. A man can walk out whenever. But
no, he can't because he then has to worry about the woman being bitter.
Even child support is nothing compared to being a full-time father. You think so?
I'm saying,
would you rather $300 a month or be a full-time father? Which one is easier for you?
That's not the argument.
I want to know which one is easier.
The argument is, why am I put in a place to have to choose? Father? That's not fair to me. It's not fair to me to have to be put between a rock and a hard place. Basically, you're telling me my life has to change regardless, whether I wanted to or not. How is that fair to me? Why don't I have something to protect me?
That's why you should wrap up. I honestly feel like people that guys that complain about that, but in the moment having unprotected, knowing they don't want no kids,
like that. It's
no, serious.
Fault.
That's why you should wrap up. Same thing with a girl. Same thing I would tell a girl. If you don't want to have that word, and you don't want to be pregnant, then why are you out here having unprotected sex?
You know why? Because she can look at it as a come up. Because women have the advantage to have a man, even if he's not going to participate in her life.
But if you already know that you're in a position that someone can look at you as a come up, why are you having unprotected?
Because people make mistakes. That's life. Why, as a man, again, and I ask you, why do I have to be perfect? Black women expect the men to be perfect.
Realistic.
We just want you to be average. If you know how society
works, no, it's not fair. If you know how society works, why, if you're going to make an action, it's just like robbing a store. And then when you go to jail, you like, life is not fair. Why do I have to go to jail?
I know life isn't fair. That's why I play to my advantages and disadvantages. Women have a problem understanding that they have an advantage and that men are at a disadvantage.
In that aspect, that is an advantage. But when it talks about life and black women, because that's what we really was talking about, we have to really talk about how an advantage. Black women have it hard. We can't act
but you have an advantage over black men.
No, not all the
time.
We
both have it hard.
Just with a kid. That's child's play.
It's not just with a kid. Because at the end of the day,
y'all both lay down.
It's not just with a kid.
Play.
It's
you just
not
talk
just
about with
a
the kid.
All right,
if you're telling me Both people are 19 years old.
Okay.
19 years old. No kids. You telling me they both don't have the same opportunity to move out and get
No.
their own place?
Let me tell you why. That girl, again, she can find a man, or she can sell her body. She has different.
You're
She can
talking
just
about
be.
social
She can
media
sell her looks.
aspect. I'm talking about the girl that didn't do any of that. The girl that worked
See,
hard to get her pay stubs in
at
line and get a place because that's what
at
you're
that
supposed to
point,
do.
at that point, that's just what you chose.
You don't have
But
the opportunity to
you
do that.
have the opportunity to do that stuff.
But who wants to do that? Why y'all acting like that's
It's
a
not.
blessing?
That's what I'm saying as a black man. Who
No,
wants to do
I'm
that?
serious.
Yeah.
Why do black men feel like? No, I'm not gonna say that. Why do you feel like that? Because I don't want to say all black men. Because I know black men that will listen to this and be like, "That sounds stupid." Why do you feel like someone selling their body is a blessing to have? Feeling
Because
like
you
a
have
piece
the
of
opportunity.
meat.
You have the means to make a living.
That's what I said. This is a social media conversation. When you're talking social media, when I'm talking
That's
real
real
life,
life. You
I'm
have the
talking real
means,
life.
whether you like it or not, you have the means to a living.
But that's not
Like,
okay. That don't all women don't want to do that. So with the women that don't do that and did still got on her own, you telling me she had to work she didn't have to work as hard as the man?
no.
The woman that didn't sell her body, the woman that went
Oh,
to
you
work
say
for
that didn't
Pumpkin
sell her
every
body.
single
Yeah.
day,
No,
she didn't
yeah,
work
no,
the
no,
same
no.
amount.
I agree to that, but see, you chose that hard. That is just on you. But I'm just saying that you
But
had
if you don't want
the
to, so you
option.
telling me right now, if I'm struggling, you chose to live hard because you could have just had smacks with a guy and your life could have been easier.
Or you could sell
And
feet. You could just sell feet pics. You could do anything. A woman could literally. It's a million ways for a woman to make money. I'm not even talking about just sexual, but it's money just comes to
my
women
brain cells are
easier.
dying.
Y'all
My brain
make
cells are dying.
the beauty industry is a billion, if not $1 trillion industry that women have been
No,
monopolized at this point.
official. You're saying most men grow up in responsibility. That's in your culture. We're talking about this culture where he's saying, "Oh, we have it hard, so that's why we can't get places easy, or we don't like." He's finding every single excuse when really you have the same opportunity as anybody else.
No, not at all.
Greetings,
Interesting.
everyone.
Hi, what's your take on this?
You know, just like you said, our cultures are different, but from our own point of view, it's obvious most men from your region lack responsibility. In a way, most of the Africans we grow up in responsibility, while people from your country, they are learning to be responsible.
Responsible to what though? What's the responsibility?
What is responsibility?
No, what's the responsibility? Like, what are you responsible for?
In your culture, what are y'all responsible for? The men.
For you to be a man, you know what it comes with to be a man. And not all men are man.
But I
Okay, so
mean,
what is
and
it?
for a man in your culture, in the African culture, what responsibility did you guys have? What it means to be responsible in your culture as a man?
Thank
You
you.
must basically everyone feels or have that ideology that for you to be a man, you must be a provider, you know. But it's
Yeah,
more than that. It's more than that. It's more than that.
I'm sure.
Your
I'm
mindset,
sure. You
your
need to be
your head,
Superman.
not Superman. The way you think, the way you respond to issues, a lot of things are involved.
Okay. I feel like the difference is when I say like a lot of people don't realize how hard it is to be a black woman sometimes. I mean, in like they automatically think we have an advantage over them when we all have the same 24 hours. You telling me I could sleep with someone? Hold on, I'm gonna drop you down, official. You telling me I can sleep with someone? That's my advantage. That's not an advantage. That's you making me a prostitute. The word. You get what I'm saying? On GTA. That's not an advantage. That's you telling me to go against my morals. So if a person that don't want to go against their morals and they have morals, then we have the same 24 hours and the same opportunity, like I said. Because if I don't have a kid and I'm not trying to go against my morals, then we have to do the same thing. But one thing about black women in our culture, we tend to look at what we have to do and make a way. Like I said, some women out here are in, they don't have the perfect household and they try to find a way. It doesn't make sense that someone can grow up in like the wealth care, the same like foster care and different fields, and they found a way to make it out, and the man tends to just dwell on, damn, I had this against me, this against me, this against me. Do you not think women have a lot of odds stacked up against them? Do you not think women have hard childhoods and we
I'll say it
tend to
like
just
this.
go the other way?
I'm gonna just this is something just simple, right? Even with, let's say we're taking everything away, right? Majority of black women in my life, if it is a job that they're focused on, is usually something in healthcare, right? A lot of black women do something as far as nursing. Is that a fact?
Yeah, but it's not all. A lot of other people work different jobs too.
I'm not saying that there isn't. I'm just saying that,
But we do have a lot of black women in their healthcare.
it's a dominated field. You know what I'm saying? What field do black men dominate? That we can say growing up, we know a lot of black men that went and able to do this.
I know a lot of, well, that's limited, but I know some guys that's in construction, or they'll go to warehouses. Warehouses is where a lot of black men dominate in. Warehouses. They're warehouse workers.
Warehouse workers. A warehouse worker.
That's what they choose.
So we're talking about something in nursing that gives you benefits, that
Depending on the warehouse job,
you can work up into your job, things of that nature. We're talking about something that clearly is going to be a much better job and less physical than working in the warehouse with less benefits.
Women work in warehouse too.
I'm not saying that they're not, but look at the conversation we just had.
But I know, but
Something
if you
as simple
look at
as-
it, if you listen to it, just because
Okay.
it's a warehouse don't mean it don't have benefits. A lot of warehouses do have benefits.
Some, but most of them are terrible jobs.
And just because she's working in nursing, don't mean she getting paid like that. Because
But she
I know
more than likely
I know
is
a
gonna
CNA
make more money
or a
than the
PCA,
person
if she
working
just
at a
started,
warehouse.
If she's a CNA, she's getting paid the same amount as the warehouse worker. The warehouse worker might make more, depending on what warehouse you're working for. I'm telling you, it's a mindset thing. No, I'm serious. And a lot of guys don't realize most women, when they end up in marriages, they tend to like run the finances in a sense. Most guys that's like in a good marriage, they will give the wife the money, and she balances the bills. She makes sure everything gets paid. She really handles the finances, even if he's the one that's paying for it, because we tend to manage money better. That's the truth. Y'all might know how to invest it better. Some guys can probably know how to invest it better, but when it comes down to managing money, a lot of women are good at managing money, because that's how we got on this conversation. For real, for real.
Yeah, Crystal. I'm gonna say respectfully, I love your opinion. You know, and I love black women, and that's all I deal with. That's all I date. I will never switch up on black women. And again, if things were equal, things would be different.
But
we
it
aren't
would
equal.
never be equal for us
We'll
because
never
you
be
guys
equal.
never would see us as someone that went through something, even though we was right there beside you.
We will never
You
be
literally
equal.
said black women got reparations. I didn't see a check yet. Where my check at? I need my money now. I know my family went through it.
You just didn't play the game to get the reparations. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just, I'm only saying that there's systems in place for women to play a specific game and get benefits versus men, we have to take it head on. There is no we have the same 24. No, because you do have options that whether or not you want to take, you have them available. I don't have those options that you have. And respectfully, I mean, I would be happier if it was easier as a black man than as a black woman. If that was the case, oh my God, we wouldn't need to do this argument. I would live in my happiness and my advantage, but I can't. So the only reason it makes me upset as a black man is because how are we ever gonna get the help that we need? Because we sat up there and saved y'all countless amount of times. When are we gonna have someone actually come and save us? When is somebody gonna say, okay, you know what? They're at the bottom.
You know
We've
what?
at least worked our way up something. We have some type of leverage. If y'all loved y'all black man so much, y'all would reach down and get us. But no, you don't want
Honestly,
to.
it's
Because
so many
what
black
y'all
women
want to
that
do
sit right here
is
but reach down and get their black man, and you know what? He'll go on to the next. He will not appreciate it. Let's be real. Let's stop
sure.
with the victim mindset as a black man. When really, like I said, black men are more likely to make money in the same field as a woman, make more money. Make more
Men, not
money.
black men, men. Not black men, men. But women, black women are more educated than black men, so therefore black
Because we
women
knew the odds
out
were stacked up
earn
against us. Instead
and
of us
make more
crying about it, we went and
income
did
than
something
black
about it.
men. So
We
again,
knew
black
the
men
odds
are
were
at the
stacked
bottom.
against us. Instead of crying about it, we did something about it. I'm
You
tired.
had help.
Let's
It's
not
okay
act
to
like
have help. It's okay
let's
to
not
have
act
help.
like this is the thing. Why is it so hard for black men to admit that black women have it hard too? Like I said in the
I didn't say
beginning,
you didn't.
we could acknowledge
I
that y'all
didn't say
went
you
through something.
didn't.
We could acknowledge that y'all went through something. We could acknowledge the struggles y'all go through. We could
I
acknowledge that
acknowledge
we
it.
would have a black son and say, you know what? It's hard for black men, and I gotta raise my son to be able to protect himself in this world because it's scary. But
Yeah.
it's so hard for people to not realize that black women have it hard too, and nobody, just like you really feel like nobody's there to save you, we feel the same way. When do you
You
see black women barely show her emotions? Honestly, me speaking to you like this and me voicing how I feel in a passionate way, I still feel hesitant because I know somebody might look at this and say, "Oh, she aggressive. Look how she's talking. Oh my God, she's talking with so much like anger. Oh my God, this is what we're talking about. They so combative." When really I'm just speaking with passion. When still offering you sympathy, even though you're still going against everything I'm saying and act like you don't see nothing that the black woman went through.
I didn't say that. No, I struggle
We
with
can't
my
even be
black woman.
ourselves in
You know,
real
like,
life.
I agree that there is a struggle. I'm not denying that. What we did was compare each other. And I think that's where
I said
it
black women
happened
have it
at.
hard. You laughed and said nothing compared to the black man. And I said, are you
Exactly.
serious? And that's when we got into the topic. I said, why y'all act like black women didn't went through slavery? And not only went through slavery, we had to deal with trying to get rights as a woman. That's two things. Two things. But it's not
Which
acknowledged.
you had
Because y'all look
help
at
with. The black
getting right.
man helped you also get rights.
Did we?
Yes.
Like, are you serious
The
right now?
black man.
Are you serious? You don't even acknowledge it. Y'all look at it as us trying to be feminists.
The black
literally
man,
looking
if it was never for
a
the
woman
civil
trying
rights
to get rights
movement
as them
first.
being feminists instead of just us feeling like a human being. No, I'm just saying. Instead of acknowledging, oh, women had to fight for their rights, as like, dang, they had to fight for their rights, and acknowledge as a human being, you looking at it as, oh, women had to fight for their rights. This is why all these feminist women going around. What? Not saying that, oh, you was a kept woman. Some woman was a kept woman and getting beat. Is that your definition of a kept woman? Why we acting like men wasn't like some men are literally monsters. Some men are literally they love to have that power over women just to dictate them and treat them like nothing.
And vice versa.
I'm not saying it's not true. It is some women that are like that. Like I said, I can acknowledge you're right, and when you're right, and acknowledge that, yeah, that is some man's story. That some women are like that, but that's why women was fighting for rights, because a lot of women was getting mistreated and beaten on, or not treated like a human being, just because they couldn't work for themselves or do things for themselves. And black women was still working majority of the time too, and that's something that's not even talked about. We want that kept.
Until they incarcerated us, is what you're talking about?
No, before they incarcerated, because why we acting like women weren't working? Like I said, y'all acting like we weren't on the fields too. Why are we? What's the? So women not working? Like women don't be working? Women never was working? We just not gonna acknowledge that part?
Yeah, but mainly you had house jobs.
So
like
it's still not
nannies
working?
and stuff. You had the advantage of being a nanny.
Do you think taking care of kids are easy?
I'm not saying that. I just said you
Someone
had
else
the
kid that
advantage.
actually
If
look at you
I
as
was
like-
to choose between working in the fields and being a nanny, I'm choosing being a nanny.
Really? And for a family that really don't like you for the color of your skin and probably talking to you like dog's mess, and the kids is a lot of people can't even work with kids, because if being a nanny was easy, a lot of people would do it because it's easy
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
If a lot of people can work with kids and be a nanny, then a lot of people would do it.
Yeah.
It pays pretty good too.
I
But if
believe
a
you.
lot of people can do it, they would do it.
Yeah.
People can't even deal with their own kids.
I agree.
So it's like for you to look at it like, oh, they was having household jobs and being a. Do you know how it feels to be a servant for someone?
Yes.
So to look down on it and like, oh, she had a servant job. That's fine.
I would have much
It's
rather
still
taken
work.
that.
It's still work.
It's work.
It's
It's
work.
work. It's just
And
what
like I
we're
said,
talking
let's
about
act like-
comparing.
Let's not act like it wasn't women working the fields too. Even as my mom,
Yeah.
she's not that old. She's like probably like 58. She can remember as a kid, because they was poor, picking cucumbers
Yeah.
to make her ends meet. As a kid, she's a girl. So let's
I'm just
not
only
act
saying
like
the likelihood. Like, I'm just speaking about the majority. Not to say
it's
there
not
aren't
majority. It's just
there aren't
what
exceptions. There's
social media
exceptions to
tells
everything.
you. We gotta really. This is the thing. We gotta stop looking at things as a surface level and stop looking at things what social media pushes out, and really be that change to look at the history, read the books, look into it before we speak on something. Because somebody that actually lived that, they're gonna be like, what is he talking about? I've been working my tail off. I've been working in warehouses. I've been working my tail off because I don't have the help. I never had the help. They grew up in foster care. They don't even have the family help. It's different levels to this. And a lot of women, like I said, it's sad. It's sad that in our community, a lot of women feel like they was competing with their mom and they never had that support. And that's a story that is told a lot. And it's sad, and it needs to be talked about more. That's why they move out so fast. That's why women are moving out at 18. That's why the women are moving out at 19, trying to figure out. That's why a lot of women are on the blade doing different things for some money, because they don't have that support. So when you make it seem like being a girl is easy, all they got to do is open their legs, you're not thinking about that little girl that's on the blade, thinking that's all she has to do because she don't have no family to go back to. And nobody looking at it like, oh, she got it easy, she's a girl. Nah, that's not okay. I would never tear down the black man experience to make it seem like our experience is worse. But I want to acknowledge both.
Because I just don't think that you have the evidence to support that it is. And, I do encourage people to
If
look
that's
into
the
the
case, then
history book.
it should be more male prostitutes out there, because y'all got a hold too.
I encourage, and that's why there's trans people. But I encourage a lot of people to
Now we just
look
saying
into the
anything.
history book.
We just saying anything.
I
we're just
encourage
saying-
people to do their research.
Like I said, you should do your research and really.
Because I've been here for a while. I've lived a lot of different lives. I've seen a lot
Same.
of different things.
Same.
And I come from I'm always talking about the majority. Like, is there exceptions?
I'm
Of
talking about the
course.
majority too.
There's exceptions to everything, and you could point out that there's an example to every exception that I'm gonna put.
I just don't want,
But
like, when people talk about a black woman like she's a white woman when we don't have the same opportunities or we don't have
I'm
the
not
same thing.
talking about you like a see.
That's when you said, "Oh, well, we saved y'all," or y'all had this, y'all had. Nah, we don't have that same. We don't have that same reality. And even if they did take the men out the house, we still had to work 10 times harder. And if you look at government assistance and think of, oh, they got government assistance, it's a lot of things that government assistance don't cover that you still have to work hard to try to balance out.
I'm done.
Let me, let me ask this question.
I'm serious.
Let me just ask this question. If this was the case, if what you're saying is so true, why would they purposefully put you at the forefront? Why would they do that as a strategy?
Of black, it's just got like that. Black excellence. We worked hard for that. And
I don't want to divert from the question, Crystal.
It's still like,
I don't want to divert from the question. Why did they purposely make black women the head of household? Why did they purposely attack the black men and make the black woman the head of the household? Why is that a strategy?
Because at the end of the day, it's not just about attacking a black man. It's attacking black people in general. Because we can't thrive.
So why wasn't it the other way around?
At the end of the day,
why wouldn't it have been the other way around?
Because
though?
we probably would have overcame it by now. You men think when it comes down to man logic, we think I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be real with you. Man, y'all brain don't develop as fast as women. Our brain do develop faster than y'all. That's why a lot of men at 19 they still feel lost, and a lot of women at 19 they feel like it's a difference. Men at 19, you won't hear no man at 19 acting like he grown and he got it all, unless he was raised around that and saw that he
was
accomplish
with
that.
older women.
But a woman between 19 and 25, they all think they grown because our
they
mind,
can deal with
our brain is
older
developed
men.
different.
They
Our
can
brain
deal
is
with older
developed
men.
different.
That's why most younger women deal with older men. Then more than younger men deal with older women.
And that's what? That's not even a flex. What are you talking about? That don't even make sense. That make the man more predatory.
The reason that you grow up faster,
women deal with older men because yes,
the
our brain
reason that
develop
you
faster.
grow up faster is because not
I didn't deal with an
everyone,
older man. Sorry,
but
that's
a
not my
younger
logic.
woman has more of an advantage to deal with an older man, which will speed up her rate of aging because she has an older partner versus a younger man does not always have that same advantage. Not to say that there isn't, but what's more likely, a woman is more likely
Just
to
because
deal with
the
an
older
older
men
man.
go for the younger women and try to be predatory over
Now we going into something totally different.
No. Because like this is the thing. Instead of bringing up the logic behind it and bringing up the science behind it, women mature faster than men. Women mature faster than men. That's scientifically proven. Women mature faster than men. Our brain develop faster than men. That's what it is. But
if that was the case, they should have attacked y'all.
You rather say, "Oh, it's because women be dating older men. Women be dealing with these old men, and that's why they so smart because they learn from the old men." What? No, our brain develop faster.
No, you
It
get
is.
put in experiences faster. Experience
And for the women that
makes
didn't
it, and
mess
that's
with
why.
older men?
That's why for every case, because I deal with older women, but every older woman isn't as experienced as me because I've dealt with older women all my life. Versus some of those older women didn't deal with older men. And I can tell who has because not every woman, like you said, the science would be every woman brain develop faster than mine, and that's not the case. A lot of women's brains didn't develop faster than mine because I dealt with older women. So I'm one of the few men that had an advantage to where, okay, I can develop just as fast as a woman because I have the same advantage. That's why I come at the perspective that I come with, because I come from the perspective of the bad bitches. I know the advantages that they had. I know what y'all had to get and what y'all had to go through and all the shit. I see it, but I'm also a man. So I understand what men have to go through. And you're denying the advantages y'all get because you're saying that there's problems with it, but you're still denying the fact that there's an advantage present, no matter if there's a problem with it or not.
It's just social media has ruined a lot of people's brains.
I haven't even got on social media.
But you're talking from a social media standpoint, but I don't even realize you're talking from a social media.
We didn't even get on the social media yet, but I know they want us to end this because we been going crazy.
Yeah, I think that's just like one thing. If I hear something that doesn't make sense, instead of like the narrative that people want to push and a lot of people they're going to just follow whatever sounds okay. I think for myself. And like I said, I know and talk to so many people when that's not the case, and I've seen it so many times. So it's like I'm not gonna just go with what sounds good or what's gonna push.
It's
been a good conversation.
Great conversation.
Agree to disagree.
We gotta agree to disagree.
But we gotta start pushing our black men to see their opportunity in front of them and not look at it like, oh, the odds are still stacked up against me, because if you're gonna think the odds are stacked up against you, you're gonna move like the odds are stacked up against you. Because a lot of people don't really move until they see the opportunity. You gotta look at every opportunity in front of you and go for it. You can't think in a weak mindset and think, oh man, women got it more. That's why I'm the girl that I graduate with got more than me. You gotta look at it like, all right, motivation. I need to get to it.
I agree with you. See, I don't disagree in that. My problem is I have to at least acknowledge the fact that I'm at a disadvantage. But I do think men shouldn't use it as an excuse. For sure, be the best version of yourself no matter what you have to go through, because everybody, no matter what walk of life, has difficulties. I can agree to that. Even someone who's rich has their own problems. My own problem is, as a black man, as someone who is literally at the bottom, and to see no one be at the bottom with them, it gets me, because it's like, dang, why do I have the burden to still save my counterpart when I'm looking up at them? Why do I still feel this burden to want to be perfect, to want to be Superman, when I'm looking at somebody that could save me?
Well, then you're not with the person that care about you. And I say this to men all the time. If you with a woman and you're struggling and you still feel like the burden is on you, then you're not with the right woman. Because at the end of the day, she don't love you. She don't care about you. And you're just somebody that's there, she thinking is taking care of her. Because if a woman really love you, a real woman that love you, she would never watch her man struggle. She would never put you in a position just to be like, you know what, figure it out. She's going to be sitting right there trying to figure it out with you.
It's not.
And that's the thing. A lot of men date women that don't like them. A lot of men date women that don't care nothing about them or love them. And then wonder why when they end up in sticky positions and they can't take care of things and they feel like they're drowning. If you're in a relationship and you feel like you're drowning, your person should make you feel like you ain't drowning. I got your back. I got the life jacket. We right here together. But the fact that you in a situation and you feel like you drowning and you just looking at her and she's watching you drown, she don't love you. She don't care about you.
You're speaking black and white.
No, I'm speaking in general. And that with any woman that ever came on, I had this conversation all the time. I had this conversation with men all the time. And every woman that I ever brought up to speak on this, she's like, yeah, she don't love you. Just like we got to tell these women, when it come down to men that will mistreat you and dog you out and don't care about you and cheat on you, he don't love you. He don't love you. And you like, dang, he don't F with you like that. And sometimes it just seems like it's not clicking to us. What's not clicking to y'all? She don't love you. If she feel like she can watch you drown and she not even lifting a hand out and she got the means to do it, she don't love you.
The only reason I say black and white, I'm not talking about race. I'm speaking.
No, I know you want to talk about race. I think you was talking about like, I get what black and white means.
So it's not that a woman won't help. It's what comes with it. It's how the relationship dynamics are. It's the fact that social media does play a part in a lot of people's relationships and how they view things. It's the fact that you can have this woman essentially doing those things that doesn't necessarily mean that it's still that leg up that you're looking for. And I only say this because I know a lot of men that go through it to where they do have a woman helping them. But quite honestly, if they could trade places and not get the help, but get the respect that they've been looking for and asking for, demanding for, they would get that. But they can't get the respect because at the end of the day, it's still surface level things that women expect and that men expect. And that's just what it is. You can have a time to where you can go deeper into that water and the surface level things don't matter. But guess what? It's gonna come up eventually. And just like you said, you don't want to give an excuse for a man to not sit up here and get up his ass and do something. That in of itself lets me know you still expect a man to do something. He doesn't have to be rich. He doesn't have to take care of you all the time. But you expect this man to do something.
Exactly.
But this
is my mindset. You gotta look at it. It depends on the girl and her mindset. If I don't even expect me to not like contribute anything, and I don't even feel comfortable not contributing anything, then I would not deal with a man that just feel comfortable to not. Like I said, if my man is drowning, I wouldn't feel right to watch him drown. I'm going to support him. I'm going to make sure that we're growing. If you are willing to just sit on your tail and you're comfortable with that, you're not the man for me because we have two different mindsets. And at the end of the day, it's just going to seem we're going to butt heads about it. Because you're not a hustler. I'm a hustler. I'm going to figure it out. Yeah, I'm going to hurt. I'm going to feel bad about it. I'm going to feel like the world is pressed up against me, but I'm going to figure it out. And if I don't have that beside me, then what's the point of having somebody beside me? Because one thing people forget, having a partner is supposed to make your life easier. Not supposed to just make it just having a partner just to have a partner. But a lot of people do things out of comfort, loneliness, and just because, like I said, a lot of men leave with their money and feeling powerful, they'll rather take care of somebody. Even women do it too. They'll take care of men just because they feel like they have that control over them. But at the end of the day, you chose that. Like I would tell a woman, she chose that. You can't complain about him not doing anything, but you knew he was a bum when you met him. You knew he ain't had no hustle, no drive when you met him. Now you over here trying to build a nigga. You can't build nobody. They got to have that in them. So you can't complain about a girl when you gave her princess treatment, made her feel like she don't have to do nothing. And then now you're drowning and you in a time where you looking like, dang, you ain't going to try to at least help. Why? That's how you taught her. You teach people how to treat you. So why get mad when they treat you the way you taught them?
Because there's two different expectations going into things. You expect something different out of a man than what a man expects from you. And I think it's important to understand the perspective of this. You do go into things thinking that we are equals. And I appreciate that. I mean, I know a lot of men would love that and appreciate that. It's just the reality of things is, again, if we was equal, we would, we wouldn't be able to have these debates that we have. In dating, there's a huge inequality going on. There's huge miscommunication going on. And it's that women don't understand what men need and want are requiring. Men aren't understanding what women need, want, and requiring. So I think I'm glad we're doing this so we can try to get these perspectives out. But my whole thing is we're asking two different things of each other. Respectfully.
Like I said, it depends on the person. Like I said, some women like that. Some women don't care. Like, as long as the man can make her feel good, she's okay with taking care of man. And some women, they wouldn't dare. They want a partner. They don't mind going 50-50. Some women want the man to take care of them. But at the end of the day, you have to know what you're getting into. And that's just a conversation to have up front. Like I said, I just had a whole panel. I knew one guy 50-50. He was 50-50 with every relationship he was. And every single girl he said treated him like a man because he led in a certain way. And I think a lot of the miscommunication when it comes down to if a woman is treating you in a lower, less than a man, if she's supporting in any way, that has nothing to do mostly with the money, but more with your leadership skills. And if you feel like you can't lead her and she can't listen to you, or you're not able to lead her, then you with the wrong woman. But a lot of dudes just look with their eyes, or they like, you know what? She don't listen to me, she don't respect me, but fuck it. Like they're thinking with something else. And then when it gets a problem and they get annoyed with it, it's like nobody respect me. I don't want to hear none of that. Like I said, if it comes down to like a person like Nature Boy that ain't have no money, can sit right here and lead a pack with no money, it's in certain people. It's in certain people.
Yeah,
You have to look at yourself as like, dang, if I'm a leader, if I can't even lead somebody without money. And a lot of people just use their money to lead and think that's what leading is, when that's not the case.
a lot of, and on the other side of that, I feel like
It's 10.
we're not really, we're downplaying how much finances do play a part in relationships, because eventually, like you said, if you're a man and you're not essentially on the same goal as you, there's a problem. Because I just only say finances are one of the leading reasons for divorces. They're one of the leading reasons why people get entangled with each other. Finances play a big part in a relationship. And what the thing is, whoever you are choosing someone who is essentially going to make your life easier, like you said. And that role that people need to play is different. If you're a bum guy, you're going to be looking for a woman that is a provider. Now, she's going to be controlling. She's going to come with a lot of different things. But that is the role that'll be filled. With a guy that is going to be making the money, why would he care about a woman making money? He's going to be more caring about someone that is more submissive and that does shut up, quite honestly, because that's just what makes his life easier.
But man shouldn't complain about that because they choose to look for that. So just want to put that out there. Don't complain about something that you're choosing to look for. That's the problem I have. A lot of men that's choosing to look for that, but then complain about it and say girls are tricked. Didn't you just say you don't care about women money? So why get mad when a woman is really just going for you for your money? You want that. That's what you want.
To me, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. To me, it's a problem if I'm not getting what I need. To me, it's a problem if I'm sitting up there doing this and you can't shut the fuck up.
That's not okay. That's how I said leading with your money, but don't know how to be a true leader. That's literally just you want someone to control. That's not you being that's not she not letting you lead. If you think, oh, you just can't shut the F up, that's really you trying to be controlling more than anything. That's not you being a leader. Like a lot of men don't know what being a leader is. That's the thing. That's another problem we have. A lot of men don't know what really being a leader is. They take controlling as being a leader. It's not the same thing.
And you know what's crazy? I had someone in here, and I wish I could bring her up. I don't know if she's in here, but she knows what's up. But she knows my character. I would say that, right? And any woman, any of my exes can attest to me and my personal style. And I'm a leader. I'm a natural born leader. I'm not saying that a lot of men are. Me, I just am. But with the problem that I have with a lot of black women is you haven't been led. So you don't even know what a leader is. So
I know what a leader is.
And
I've been led before, because when you meet a natural born leader, honestly, you just tend to just let them lead. It feels relaxing. It feels rewarding to be with someone and they really give you that energy, and you see that energy in front of you, and it's not, it don't feel like they're trying to control you. It just feel like they really just trying to be a leader, an alpha male, a true alpha male. That's
That's
the
a
thing. A lot of
Cinderella
guys don't
story.
know what it is because they never seen it, especially if they never had a father in their life that presented, and they just think, well, I know I'm a leader because all men are leaders. No, some niggas can't lead you to a water. They can't
But
lead you to a glass of water and it's on the counter.
what we're talking about is the men that do know how to lead. But the problem is a
Exactly.
woman can't accept the fact that maybe black women have a trauma response to having a leader because of the things that was systematically done to them to get that leader out of that position. So again, you may not know what a leader looks like. You may not you, but a lot of black
No, I get
women
what you're
don't
saying.
have a father in their life. You don't know what a leader looks like. So all you know is that mother who won't shut up. All you know is what she had did. And y'all follow this black independent woman mindset. That's not knowing how to be led. All you're doing is scaring the leader off.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Eric, how do you feel about this?
I mean, he has a honest, positive viewpoint about that. Being a man is just is doing right. When you do, then they eventually follow. Once they see you in action and actually handling and being on your purpose and doing your duties, women tend to just follow that. Women want to follow their man. They want to be led by their man. That's what they generally want. They want that man to protect them, to provide for them, to care for them, and stuff of that nature, so they can do the same on the back end, and they'll follow. That eventually happens. And if a woman doesn't know what a leader is, I feel like it's the man's duty to, you know what I'm saying, show her what a leader is. But then again, if she doesn't fall in line, it is what it is.
Yeah.
See, now
And
hold on, stay with me now, man. Because you just basically did what a lot of black women do. You put the responsibility onto the men to say, okay, I expect you to be a leader. Now, if a woman doesn't know how to follow, oh well. Why are we not
she's not the
addressing the
woman for
problem?
you. She's not the woman for
Yeah.
I
you.
gotta finish.
Mm.
This is for him. Why
Yeah.
are
Go
we
ahead.
not addressing the problem that if I know how to lead properly and this
There you
woman
go.
doesn't know how to follow properly,
Right. Right.
why
Right.
can't we address that problem?
No, no, and that's a responsible thing to do, especially as a man. Let's sit down and have a conversation. How was your past life like? What was your mother like? What was your father like? All right, let's address these issues, right? And let's make a standpoint. This is how I'm gonna leave my house, and these are the things that I would like for you to do. And if you feel some type of way, we can compromise, right? But me being a leader, I want you to follow this. You know what I'm saying? Do let me be the leader. If I'm doing something out of context, please, you know what I'm saying, interrupt me in my success. But in all regards, I'm here to take care of you, provide for you, and protect you. So yeah, I feel like that issue does need to be handled, and that's at the dinner table, kitchen table, wherever at. So you can, I mean, being a leader, those are the things that you're responsible for, right? So
Yeah,
you
and
had a you have a very positive viewpoint on that. I mean, being a man of the house, you have to have those conversations, especially if the lady doesn't get it, and you have to go over, you know what I'm saying, traumatizing events or what led her to act this way.
I want to say this. When I said some women just, if a man is a natural leader, like a real leader, a woman is automatically going to follow. I'm taking it in the sense of this. It's just like having a personal trainer. If your personal trainer is out of shape, are you going to believe the things that they telling you that you should do for your body?
Nah, nah, not at all.
You
Not
not.
everybody
So
follows
this
their
is so
personal
this is what I
trainer
mean.
though.
This is what I mean. People tend to, not just women, people tend to follow or listen to people that they see are doing the work themselves. That's why I say you
Not
have to
all
act
the
and move in a
time
certain
though.
way so
You have to
people to
lead by
want to
example,
follow
right?
you.
So you telling me that we talking about majority of people here, when they have a positive example in their life, they're gonna do just that. If
I'm not
they
saying all people. I'm not saying all people, but I'm saying if a some women, and I want to say most women, because I hear from a lot of women say if they see a man is leading, he's showing her that
Mm.
you're safe. This is good. This is a good space. I'm telling you, I'm showing you by example to just follow me. She's going to naturally do it.
Yeah,
Even if
naturally,
she's
yeah. Like,
hesitant a bit, even if she's hesitant in the beginning, because you gotta think about it. Yes, it might do be trauma. It could be other men that came in her life to act as a leader, but just wanted to control her, or didn't know what to do or be a leader, so she had to step in and take on that role. But after a while, and you doing what you have to do and showing her, no, I got you, baby. This is what it is. I'm here
right.
to lead you. She's gonna let you do it. She's gonna be
After
willing. She's gonna be so happy.
after a
So
while, and you're still
there you go.
negating the fact of what I have to fight and go through to constantly prove that I'm a
And if it's
leader.
that much a fight, like
When
I say, I tell men, if it's that much a fight, she's just not the woman for you. She's just
see
not the woman for
that,
you.
y'all see this, right? Y'all see this
I'm
is
You
this is
serious.
don't
live in
necessarily.
person.
I mean, if
But
that, bro,
go ahead.
you wouldn't have to force a woman. You know what I'm saying? If it
That's what
comes
I'm
to that
saying.
point,
A
then
real
it's just
leader,
like she wants to. She because what how what's the saying? A cat tends to come back for the milk, right? But you could, I mean, shit, she gonna do what she want to do at the end of the day, and if she chooses not to follow you, then just
she's not the
let her
woman for
do that. You know what
you.
I'm saying? Yeah. She's not trying to hear what you have to say. Even when those conversations are had, right? And she still doesn't. I mean, with you going back to the drawing board and doing what you just doing your due diligence of being the leader and being responsible as a man, and she still doesn't want to aid to that. She still doesn't want to see that. Then shit, bro. Hey, you gotta let her go. Let her do her thing, man. She wants to wander off and venture off. You gotta give her that
Because you
freedom.
got to realize we're in a society where a lot of men, like I said with the personal trainer, they're out of shape, but they want to train everybody. They're out of shape, but they want to tell everybody what they should do with their body. And they want to tell women what they should do with their body, but don't know nothing about what
Right.
they're talking about. I'm not saying that some men are, it's not, it's a lot of great men out there, but it's some men that they automatically say, I'm a leader, I'm a man, but they don't know
You
first
don't.
thing that comes to leading, and they're not even showing that they are reliable to let lead,
You don't even
because
have
she
to
still
say
has
it.
to step in at certain times to take over.
I mean, I feel like we both, and especially in the relationship, have our roles to play. You know what I'm saying? We're not being a man is not necessarily responsible for every
Yeah,
detail
that's
of
true.
life when it comes to the responsibilities of the home and whatnot. I really feel like we both have responsibilities, but I mean, just being the man of the house, you are the one to. I mean, they're looking up to you to lead. So you're the prime example, right? But I mean, like you mentioned, if she doesn't want to follow you, then she just don't want to follow. You can't make
She's
somebody,
not the
you
woman
know what I'm
for
saying? You can't
you.
force somebody to follow you if she doesn't see what your excellence is. Then you know
Cut
what I'm
her
saying?
off.
Kick
If
rocks.
she don't want to follow
Yeah.
you, kick rocks. And you know
No,
what? You're
no,
learning a lesson. If a man don't
yeah.
want to be a good man to me, I'm gonna kick rocks, because I know sooner or later you're gonna think back and be like, dang, Crystal was a good woman. I lost
There you
out,
go.
and that's a learning lesson from you. That's a learning lesson for you. And at the end of the day, you will learn if somebody else come around that resembles or something that might be good, you will know not to play with it like that.
I
So
mean,
if she
Jordan,
not letting you lead, kick rocks. Because somebody else is really out there waiting for a man to lead her so she can get that breather.
how do you feel about that, Jordan? Do you feel like it has to be enforced? Like you being the leader of the house and her not recognizing it, do you feel like your leadership should be enforced on her to like are you trying to make her know like, hey, this is what a leader is? And even with having those conversations and she tends still not to follow you, how would you operate in that realm of existence? Like what would you do? Would you just let her be herself? Would you let her go after trying so many times of having these conversations and she still chooses not to see the excellence in you? Or would you just let her be?
My standpoint, I don't know how religious y'all are. I'm gonna just bring religion into this real quick. Jesus was an amazing leader. You
Yeah,
know, he led by example and they killed him. So
right.
I look at life like that. I don't
Hmm.
necessarily look at it as the person that who is trying to lead being the problem. I look at the people that are following
I
and
never
how
said they
their
was a problem.
trauma, hold on, because I let y'all talk,
Okay.
Right,
and
right,
how
right.
their trauma is a response to that leader. I look at every great leader that has ever lived. I
Hmm.
study these people. I love them.
Yeah.
And you notice a trend how all of them got killed by the people that was following them because they did not understand what a leader was until they seen one in front of them. And that's the problem. A lot of people don't know until they see it in front of them, and then they realize, oh, the fairy tale story that I had in my head ain't the reality. I'm not the one living in some fairy tale land, baby. I'm living right here in person, and I've seen people be delusional of having a leader in front of them, but never knowing what a leader was because they never had a father in their life, because their mother ain't shit, because any all their aunts and uncles, they're failures. Most regular people are surrounded by people that are failures. It takes a lot to be a leader. Not only just that, if we're looking at just our own individual lives, most of us can't really name 3-4 leaders in our family. Not to say y'all can't, I'm just saying most people can't. So why do we sit up here and have this expectation that somebody is supposed to be a leader who you just admitted that did not have someone to teach them to be a leader? So now you're expecting me to teach myself to be a leader, then to lead you and do it well when you sit up here, you don't even know what the shit is. So what? This is what I mean when we have
that's
these
literally what I
unrealistic
just said.
expectations. It's
Yeah.
unrealistic. We have to be real.
That's the thing. That's literally what I just said. And that's why I said it's annoying for people to sit right here and say, I'm a man, I'm a leader. But like I just said, they never seen that day in their life. So they automatically think women should just drop everything and let them lead. But really, you, like you said, if you just figuring it out, then just figure it out. But don't make it seem like I'm the man, I'm supposed to do this, and you're not even leading in the right way, and you're leading to destruction. It's not going to be that. It's not. So if everything you just said is the same thing I just said when it came down to men trying to lead, and they never seen a leader, and a woman never seen a leader, so why do they get so mad when they feel like women is not letting them lead when they don't even know what it is and they don't know what they're doing?
Because we're ignoring the problems. If we're sitting up here and expecting someone to be something that is not normal, number one, you have to be able to grow with the growing pains and letting someone learn that. And number two, you have to acknowledge the fact that maybe you don't know what it takes to be a follower. So you have to learn what it takes to be a follower, as well as this man has to learn how to be a leader. It is a joint thing. It's not just on the man to sit up there and learn the shit, and that's what it is.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. If I'm a new manager at a company, and I don't even know the basics about the company. I know a little bit because I did training, but I don't really know everything about it. Am I gonna come into this thing just because I'm the manager and try to tell people I'm the manager? You need to listen to me, but they've been here for 20 years. Do you get what I'm saying? You cannot sit right here, demand respect, demand that somebody respect you as a leader if you're still trying to figure it out. If you want someone to be with you and understand the growing pains, then be reasonable that you're just trying to figure it out just like they are. Where's the same? I'm not making sense here.
I just have one problem with that, because in that example, the person that's being followed had an example of a leader prior to you coming in. They had someone to compare to. So at least that person, those people, they can say, oh, I know how to be a follower. You need to lead better.
Okay, let's talk about somebody that don't know what it is, a follower that never seen a leader and a leader that never led someone. You just think she should just automatically just be willy-nilly and she never seen it?
I think she always had to lead herself. Learn to follow just as much as you want me to lead. And that is a problem.
But this is the thing, you want courtesy for just learning how to be a leader, but the follower don't get the same amount of courtesy?
I didn't say they didn't.
No,
I'm saying that you
that's
have
what
to
it sounds like.
willing to do so, and a lot of women aren't willing to do so. They expect a man to be a leader, just like you said.
You know what? How about this? Because I feel like I'm hearing it. I'm like, how did you feel about what you just said, Eric? Because I want to figure out if I'm not something not correlating for me right quick. I'm trying to figure out.
Mm,
Maybe you can say it different. I don't know. Did you
shit.
understand what he meant by that?
I don't see what's so complicated about it. You lead by example. So I mean, from the obvious point, how what does the man's life look like? What does his life consist of? And is this the type of environment I want to be around?
But he
And if
said
that's
a
the
man that never seen a leader, a man that never led before, but want to
two,
go in a relationship and lead. But he feel like they don't want. He should get more common courtesy than the person that's trying to follow him.
it's like two blind people lead trying to lead each other. Like right, like I feel like
It's the
we're all in the
blind
right.
leading the blind at this
You
point.
know what I'm saying?
It's
It's not. I mean, it's like in that sense, you're supposed to help each other. You know what I'm saying? Because
exactly.
there's feminine, and there's masculine, right? And both of those roles, we both have different roles. Our bodies work differently, and one person's gonna automatically lead, another person's gonna automatically follow. So I feel like in that sense, you just gotta work together and figure it out. If you don't know what a leader is, she don't know what a follower is. She don't know what a follower is. You don't know what a leader is. I feel like that's the type of homework y'all need to do to grow. You know what I'm saying? You
Eric,
feel me?
right?
I don't feel like, you know what I'm saying, I should judge her for not following me when I really don't know what direction to go into or how to properly lead. I feel like her being a woman, she should help me as much as I should help her in that sense.
That's what I'm saying. You should help each other. You should give each other the same amount of courtesy because at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, if you just learning how to lead, and I see you leading us straight off the bridge, you think I'm
There
not
you
gonna
go.
step up and say, hey,
Hey,
I'm
babe,
letting you do this, but hold
yeah,
on, you
yeah,
don't see
yeah.
this.
Let's go this direction. You know, that's when you have to compromise. That's when working together, but giving him his roses in that sense, and him giving her roses in that sense. Like, hey, I appreciate you for, you know what I'm saying, having these qualities about yourself, and her with the same essence. I appreciate you for having these qualities about yourself. I'm gonna work on you to get better, and I'm gonna work on you to get better. You know what I'm saying? If it just it works, man and woman work in both favors in that sense. You know what I'm saying? You got to work together to become one.
That part.
Eric, right? That's
Yeah,
your
what's up,
name.
bro? Jordan. Yeah,
So let me ask you something.
yeah,
Because you came in just immediately like, I'm gonna be the leader. That's what is expected of me. And I'm gonna fill my role, correct?
yeah. I'm gonna do my due diligence. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm gonna be the leader, of course.
And why do you feel like you have that expectation?
That has nothing to do with anything.
It does. I'm gonna wrap this around. Why do you
We
feel like
were.
you have that expectation for yourself?
I was brought to this earth to lead, man. I control my own destiny.
But who taught you that you needed to be a leader?
My father,
Okay.
my uncles, my friend's dad, people, famous people on TV, Oprah Winfrey, motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? All these famous actors on TV, all these famous family commercial TVs. Feel like I had a lot of pretty great I had a lot of great examples of what a leader, how a leader is supposed to operate.
Now, you see how all of that correlates with you and how you're able to go about life and how that played a part in the man that you are.
Right. Yeah, hell yeah, yeah,
Now,
of
let's
course.
think about the average black family or average black people here, right? Who obviously don't have that luxury. We still have the
Okay.
expectation in the culture, though, that a man needs to be a leader, regardless if he has all the things that you have. Yet, who do you hear talking about women need to be expected to follow?
Who do I hear say women are expected to follow?
What examples do we have for that?
Just go on TikTok.
Go on TikTok and
Just
hear
go,
explain
just
that
go
shit.
everywhere. Just go on everywhere. Are they saying
Follow.
women should be more? Women
I
should
just
let the
Should
man
be.
I
follow. Women should.
it's,
A
it's
woman is under
it's
the
just
man. It's in the Bible. We hear it
women.
all the time.
Yeah. Women is under the man. You know what I'm talking about? And that's real life. But it's just like if you choose that role, if you because we both got different roles in this relationship. I'm gonna lead and you're gonna follow. I'm not. You're not. I'm gonna lead, bro. Like I'm gonna
I
take
mean,
care of the
like,
bills.
I want to
I'm
know
gonna,
where
I'm gonna,
you was
I'm gonna,
getting that from
I'm gonna
that.
take care. I'm gonna take care of your hardships. I'm gonna make sure you're okay. I'm gonna make sure all of these other things, and you're gonna play. You're gonna be the feminine. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna play your role.
But Jordan, I want to know where you was going at with that. I really want to know what you was going at with that because if you think with that, I really want to know what you was going at with that because if you think it's nothing out when telling women they need to follow more or women need to be submissive and women, okay, now we just saying things.
Women could do what they want to do.
Okay, now we just saying things.
Women could do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Women choose, men followers too. You know what I'm saying? We all choose what we want to choose. But I feel like when it comes to relationships, a man should lead, and a don't see no if and buts
Jordan, I
about
really
that.
want to know where you was going with that. Because if you were saying that it's not stuff out here to tell women they need to follow more and women need to like be submissive, then we just saying anything. We all, most women are raised on the princess mindset that a man has had to come over and save your life and may your life will be better if a man comes in. Please, we're raised on it.
You want me to?
You're gonna be in a disaster until a man come in your life and he leads you into a better life. We're raised on it. The princess
Great.
effect.
1 second, though.
So I want to know where you was going with that, Jordan. Please
If
tell
I
me, or
got the
you just
pull.
spilling some things.
So the only reason I asked him that is to show clearly that we put as a culture, we prioritize making sure men know that they need to be leaders, even though most of them
Yeah.
don't have the same advantages as him. Having someone
Right.
close to them to teach them how to be as such, versus women, you still again you're expecting virtually the impossible out of someone without understanding your own role. And I think that you could say that a lot of women are supposedly raised that way, but that's not what the culture is anymore. The culture is women are in charge, women are the happy life, happy wife, right? Women really control the narrative of the relationship. You still have to really leading is now just following your woman and making sure that y'all are good into a sense, really just financially. But in essence, you're following your woman's every desire. Because you as a man, you can't really lead unless she's actually willing to go where you're trying to go. And more than likely, a woman already has her own set up for her own life that she wants to go to. There is no more, oh, a man is going to come into my life and do this. There's not that anymore. Women have their own independence.
If it's
Women
not
want their
that, then why do you think
own.
this tricking epidemic is going so hard? That's still turning. That's still women falling into the princess mindset, thinking, you know what? If I need some money, I just need to find a trick. Still depending and relying on a man, but just and not in the sense of really them helping their lifestyle or helping their household and building their household. It's just falling on a man to take care of them in some type of way. It's still a dream being sold.
Hey
You
guys, I
you even
tried.
said it. You even said it. We two
I
different things.
tried,
All I gotta
guys.
do is open my legs, and you know what? I'll be taken care of.
I tried. I really did. I really tried. But
Yeah, you know what? This conversation can be for another day. It been dragged on for a while. It went to
yeah,
topic to topic to topic,
yeah.
but
So
we
this was fun.
yeah.
All right, guys. Till next time, we back on Monday. Monday at 8:30.